everybody. As I'm going to do for every set, when it appears, I'm going to start with the blue-purple Kaido. Again, he is my most favourite villain of them all, and first leader I even picked up. So, this is for the OP5, and start off with his effects and ability once over. So, at Don X1, on your turn, once per turn, when your opponent's character is KO'd, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. 4 life, 5k, he's been around since set 1, and he got him better over set 4 and now into set 5. So, first lot is of course the Who's Who. I am literally updating this deck into the alternate artwork for every card as possible. So, Who's Who is a 1k counter, 1 cost, 2k attack, and of course on play look at the top 5 cards and search your Animal Kingdom pirate card, add it to your hand other than Who's Who, and put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So add 1 card to your hand from that. Yeah. The cost 3 Sasaki, blue, 2k counter, cost 3, cost 3, 4k. It's mostly used for 2k counter, however in this deck you may need to use the on play effect. Return all cards in your hand to your deck, shuffle it, and draw the same amount of cards equal to what you put back into your deck. It will work in this deck if needed, especially if you draw 5 cards twice over, which are rubbish, but you do get this in your hand. You may need to use it after all. The deck itself is based on draw power overall. The new ulti, yes, 4 of these. They are one of the demigod cards for blue decks and multicolour blue decks. So 1k counter, cost of 4, standard of 5000 attack. On play, if your leader is multicoloured, look at the 3 cards from the top of your deck and add 1 card to your hand. Then place the rest at the top or bottom of your deck in any order. Remarkable. I think that's absolutely brilliant for this card. And quite frankly, it's an Animal Kingdom and quite searchable. That's all I have to say for that. It is one of the most phenomenal cards I've come across, and I've waited long for it. Another new card is Miss Sunday. Miss Doublefinger, which is a 2k counter, cost of 4 and 4k attack. This card is mainly for the Don ramp. So on play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. Trigger, Don -1, play this card. I wouldn't recommend using the trigger because you're only getting 1 Don back anyways. But if you need the monsters on the field, the character you're on the field at the time, do so. Another new one for the first blocker is Basil Hawkins. Cost 4, 1k counter, 5k attack. I didn't read this properly in my first couple of games I'd played. So on block, draw 1 card. If you have 3 or less cards in your hand, then this character draw 1 card if you've got 3 or less. Then this character gains 1000 power during the battle. So automatically it goes from a 5k to a 6k on block. I just KO'd it. I didn't even read the secondary effect. So that should have stayed on the field a lot longer. The Queen blocker, cost 5. Obviously Don -1, draw 2 cards, trash 1, 6k attack, 1k counter. Well overpriced, and like they said all over the internet, if you can get a hold of them for cheaper than £20, this is UK prices I'm talking, I think they're about $30, get your hands on as quick as you can. It's a shame you can't get the starter decks anymore because I've been looking recently myself. So that's those 4 there. 2 of the new X-Drake. It's similar to the Doflamingo blocker for blue. It's cost 5, 6k, 1000 counter. So on play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and rearrange them in any order and place them at the top or bottom of your deck. This goes in with ulti as well. So you can rearrange the top 5, use ulti, and also helps with Queen when you draw the top 2 to discard 1. So I'm going to play 2 of those. I was recently playing 4, but I've altered that due to game testing. 4 at the Miss All Sunday, yes. This is the Don ramp and drawing cards, so there's no counter to it. Cost of 5. On play, add up to 1 Don card So let me read this again. So on play, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. Then if you have 6 or more Don cards, draw a card. On trigger, Don -2, use the card's ability. And summon them, Miss All Day Sunday as well. That's 4 of them. I don't play the purple king, but I have now attempted to play the blue, which is on play, draw a card, 1k counter, 7 cost, 8k attack. Draw 2 cards, one from your turn itself, and then using this you get another card. Again, it's all about draw power, this deck, so I'm doing the best I can with it. And 3 of the new cost 10 Kaido. 12k, on play, draw 4 cards if your opponent has 3 or less life cards. That is lovely. With the draw power then, yeah, 4 cards. There's not much I can really say apart from it being a really, really good card. And then the last character card I have is the cost 10 Dark Hole Purple Kaido from set 1. The awesome artworks, very lovely I know. So cost 10, 12k, and on play, Don -6, blow your opponent's field up other than this character. So all characters will die other than this one and your leader. So you'll be able to get at least 1 swing in for the turn, you use this one. Now I'm going to go into the events. Because you're playing so many cost 10s, you're playing 3 of the Gum Jet Gatling, 0 cost, you gain 3000 power at the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand. With the amount of draw power you get in, and if you control it well, it won't really matter at all. You're looking to use 2 of these. And of course on the trigger effect, add 1 Don from your Don deck and set it as active. The next one is the Gum Rain. Again, same effect apart from the trigger, which is return 1 character with a cost of 2 or less to the owner's hand. So you could return Who's Who, which I think is the only target in the deck. If it's there, why not? More draw power. And then I play, just literally annoy my opponent to overpower Kaido for up to a couple of times during the game itself. Is 3 of the Houndblaze. I was originally playing 4, but it got a bit unneeded. So cost 2. It's during your main turn. So up to 1 of your leader or character card gains 3000 power during the turn. Then place up to 1 character with a cost of 2 or less to the bottom of the owner's deck. You'll be aiming for one of your opponent's small cost blockers. So there you go. And then on trigger, return 1 character with a cost of 3 or less to the owner's hand. If so, you can return Who's Who. You could return a Sasuke. It all depends on what your game preference is at the time. And last but not least, on Onigashima. I only play the 3 because of how much cards you can draw to get it. So we all know those. So activate on main, and just gain a Don, and rest it. Now, a couple of other combinations I like to sort out on this one is, when you come to cost 10s, you make sure you bring out one of them, you bring out this new one first. Draw 4 cards. If you play it right, you've got a couple of blockers ready, because you've got no Don to defend yourself. But with that, when you're drawing 4 cards, you want to be drawing any one of these 2. Because you've got 4 cards, you can discard a card, discard a card. If you don't have any blockers in place. But mostly, your next turn, you're bringing out this dude, cost 10 Kaido purple. Again, if you have these in hand, and other cards, you shouldn't really have any problems with this card at all to defend yourself for a turn or so, to get yourself some more Don, get some blockers on the field. So before you use him, tap with this, tap with your leader, or whichever comes first, bomb him down, wipe out the field. There we go. Make sure the opponent is not using Borsalinos, Fukarus, or even Sabos, things like that. Any blockers, just get rid of them. It's been tested a few times, and that's all I can say for the time being. I will be bringing more into this, another Kaido in the near future, And thank you very much for listening. If you like what you see, please subscribe, leave a like. It's all be appreciated. Thank you very much.